There is something I want to say up front. The Onyinoyi Network didn't start as a community idea. It didn't start as a business idea. And it definitely didn't start as a let's build a platform idea. It started as a quiet question I kept asking myself. Why are so many Africans abroad building alone? The moment of realization. If you're an African living abroad, you probably know this feeling. You can be surrounded by people, that is, colleagues, classmates, friends, and still feel deeply alone in your thinking. Because there are certain questions you don't ask out loud. Questions like, am I actually building wealth or just surviving comfortably? How long can I realistically live like this? What does home even mean for me now? If I ever go back, will I still belong? How do I invest in Africa without being exploited or exploiting others? These are not questions for casual group chats. They are not questions for LinkedIn posts. And they are definitely not questions you want to explain repeatedly to people who don't share your context. And I realized something important. Africans abroad don't lack ambition. We don't lack intelligence. We don't even lack resources. What we often lack is intentional structure and trusted people to think with. Why informal spaces aren't enough? Most of us belong to multiple WhatsApp groups already. School groups, country groups, family groups, random diaspora groups. They start with energy, then slowly turn into noise. Too many messages, too many forwarded posts, too many opinions, too little depth, too little follow through. I realized that what Africans abroad actually need isn't more information. We need better conversations, safer spaces, long-term thinking, and people who are serious about building, not just talking. That is where the idea for the Onyinoyi Network came from. What the Onyinoyi Network is and what it is not. Let me be very clear. The Onyinoyi Network is not a motivational group. It's not a visa advice group. It's not a gossip space. And it's definitely not a place to perform success. The Onyinoyi Network is a private community for Africans living abroad. A space for thoughtful conversation and shared learning. A place to talk about wealth, creativity, and home honestly. A network built around trust, not noise. This is a space where it is okay to say, I am doing well, but I am not sure where this is going. I want to invest back home, but I don't want to make emotional decisions. I don't know if I want to return, but I want to have options. The vision, what we are building together. The Onyinoyi Network is built around 3 core ideas. 1. Building wealth abroad intentionally. Not just earning, not just surviving, but understanding systems. Credit, ownership, long-term planning, financial boundaries. We want Africans abroad to move from earning to owning. 2. Investing in African creativity with respect. Africa is full of ideas, talent, culture, innovation, but too often Investment happens without structure, without protection, without fairness. This network is about learning how to support African creativity responsibly, build value without exploitation, invest with clarity, not guilt. 3. Thinking honestly about home, not romanticizing return, not diminishing staying abroad, just thinking clearly. Because returning home is not a single decision, it's a process. And staying abroad is also a choice that needs intention. We want members to have options, not pressure. Why community matters? Here is something I believe deeply. No one builds anything meaningful alone for long. Not wealth, not legacy, not impact. The Africans abroad who thrive long term are not always the smartest. They are not always the loudest. They are the ones who share knowledge quietly, build with trusted people, think beyond the next paycheck, and plan beyond the next 5 years. That is the kind of energy this network is built for. A personal note. If you are listening to this and wondering, is this space for me? You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to be wealthy. You don't need to be ready to return home. You just need to be intentional, curious, thoughtful, willing to build slowly and honestly. That is enough. If you're an African living abroad and this episode resonated with you, I have created a private WhatsApp community called the Onyinoyi Network. It's a thoughtful space for Africans abroad building wealth, investing in African creativity, and thinking intentionally about home. The link is in the show notes. Join if it aligns